This year, I'm shifting my focus toward advanced logo animation tutorials. Since we already have basic logo animation tutorials available on this channel, it's time to level up. So let's take a look at what we're creating today. To help you follow along, I've included a free After Effects project file in the description below. So let's jump straight into it. Let's create a new composition and name it Main Comp. I'm using full HD resolution at 60 frames per second for this animation. First, let's add text to our composition. After that, I'm going to pre-compose this layer, name it Text Holder, and make sure to check this icon before clicking OK. Next, I'll turn on the rulers and add a horizontal guideline. By the way, this will serve as our water surface guideline. It will help us animate our text layer. To animate this layer, open its position property and add a keyframe at 2 seconds. Then, I'll go back to the 1 second mark and change the text layer's position. Finally, I'll go back to the first frame and change its position once again. Next, I'll select all the keyframes and easy ease them to smooth out the animation. I'll also adjust the graph slightly to make it even smoother and tweak the keyframe positions to get the desired motion. It looks nice. Now I'll open the rotation property and add a keyframe. I'll place the marker around 1 second and change the rotation to about 70 degrees. Now it looks perfect. Let's move forward and create our water. I'm going to create a new composition named Water. For this one, I'm using a longer height. I'll select the rectangle tool, ensure fill is turned on, and create a rough square. Make sure to leave some space at the top of this composition so that when we apply the wave effect, our edges won't get cut off. Now, I'll go back to the main composition and add the water composition layer to the timeline. I'll move it down, about halfway down the composition, using the guideline as a reference, because we are going to animate this. I'll turn off the text layer for now. I'll open the water layer's position property and add a keyframe. Then, I'll go back to the first frame and change its position so it starts out of frame. I'll select the last keyframe and easy ease it, adjusting the curve slightly to achieve this animation. Next, I'll turn the text layer back on and drag it forward to around the 1 second mark. Let's check the animation of the text. At 1.5 seconds, I'll create one more keyframe for the position property. Then, I'll move forward to around 4 seconds and change the water layer's position. I'll also adjust the graph to get a smooth animation. And this looks perfect. Now it's time to create another text layer that will appear underwater. Before that, I'll change the text holder color label to recognize it better. I'll duplicate this layer and rename it Wet Text. I'll turn off the text holder for now. Next, I'll change the track matte of the wet text layer to the water layer and ensure the water layer is visible. Now, this layer is only visible in the lower section, as you can see on the screen. I'll add a fill effect to this wet text layer and change the color to a dark blue. Then, I'll turn the text holder layer back on so you can see how it looks. It's looking nice. Now we are moving forward to create the bubbles. First, I'll turn off all layers, then select the rectangle tool and draw a large rectangle. Let's rename this layer Bubbles. I'm going to search for the Bubbles effect and add it to this layer. We now have animated bubbles in our composition, but we need to tweak the settings. First, we can increase the bubble amount. We can also reduce the size to around 1 to get smaller bubbles. And we can control the speed from here as well. Now, I'm going to pre-compose this layer and name it Bubble Comp. I'll turn on the rest of the layers. Right now, we can't see the bubbles in the white section, so I'll change its track matte and add a fill effect to this bubble comp. I'll change the bubble colors to a dark blue to match the text color, and then I'll scale down this comp to match the text width. Next, move the time indicator until the text is straight horizontally. I'm going to select the pen tool and create a mask over the bubble comp layer. Then, I'll parent this layer to the wet text layer so it sticks with it. It looks very good. Next, I'll search for an effect called Gradient Wipe and add it to fade out these bubbles. Let's increase the transition softness to 100% and add a keyframe to the transition completion value. Then, move forward a bit and change the value to 100% so the bubbles fade out completely. Moving forward, we are going to create fake water waves around the text. To do this, I'll place the time indicator at 3 seconds where the text becomes straight. I'm going to select the pen tool. Make sure your stroke is around 75 pixels and the color is on the darker side. Change the fill color as well. You can copy this hex code for accuracy. I'll create this shape around the text. Let's rename this layer Water Displacement and add a Gaussian blur effect. I'll increase the blurriness to around 170. Then, I'll change its blending mode to Vivid Light to get this look. You can adjust the stroke width or change the path of this shape manually to get the perfect look. Next, I'll search for the Levels effect and add it to this layer. You can use the Levels controls to fine-tune the effect. After that, I'll add a tint effect to get a black and white look. I'll parent this layer to the wet text layer so it follows the text. Place it just below the bubbles layer and set its track matte to water. Now it's time to add a turbulent displace effect to this layer to get a wavy look. You can play around with these settings. Lastly, I'm going to search for a Gradient Wipe effect and add it to this layer to fade out the wave. I'll increase the transition softness to 100%, add a keyframe on transition completion, move forward a bit, and change the value to 100%. At this point, I'm going to show you a smart tip. If you want more control over this effect, select the layer and search for the Path property. Add a keyframe and manually change the design to get your desired look. It's not strictly necessary, but it allows you to control the way the wave moves. Next, I'll select the wet text layer. Add a Gaussian blur effect and increase the blurriness to blur out the text. One thing I missed. I forgot to change the text holder track matte. Select the text holder layer, change its track matte to Water, and click the icon to invert the matte. Now, select the wet text again and play with the blurriness amount. I'm also going to add a turbulent displace effect to this layer to distort the text so it looks like it's underwater. I'll put this layer above the water displacement layer for a better look. Next, I'll move forward in the timeline and add a keyframe to both the blurriness and displacement amounts. Then, I'll go forward a little further and change both values to 0. Let me check the preview. All right, everything looks good except for the water waves. We haven't created those yet. Let me show you how to add that effect. Select the water layer, search for the wave warp effect, and add it. Change the wave width to around 230 and add a keyframe for the wave height. Go back to where the text first touches the white section and change the wave height to 0. You can ease the last keyframe of this effect for a smoother transition. And that's it. That is how you create a dropping text into water animation in After Effects. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.